Hey y'all, just wanted to add into the conversation we started about love. Love being truth, properly prepared, properly approached, properly presented, and still being love even if it's rejected. Right now, there's a lot of fear in the world. We know fear is not of love because it is an emotional swaying designed to distract away from truth. Truth conquers fear. Love conquers fear. Truth conquers fear. Why does truth conquer fear? If you know the truth, you know what to expect. If you know what to expect, you know how to prepare for it. For an example, me. What is my expectation of truth? I don't speak politics. I don't really engage in political speak or affiliation, and I don't subscribe to external governance as the tree of life dictates that we govern ourselves and give no authority to the principalities and dark forces of this world. So for me, when I start to experience fear or worry or concern, any of the words that we use to cover the fact that we're afraid, I first look for the truth of what is it that I'm afraid of. When I discover what is it I'm afraid of, I go and look for the truth of that fear. Maybe I'm afraid of a transhuman agenda that wants to kill my divine spark and make me live forever in some slave automaton body. Maybe that's my fear. It's not, but for some it is, and for me there was a time when it was. Not anymore. So if I recognize that that's my fear, then I have to go for the truth of that. So what's the truth of that? Well, it may be nothing. Like, come on, really? Robot humans? But then when you put that in perspective of all the truth they've been telling us over the years through movies, you kind of have to go, oh, really? Robots versus humans? If you know that that's the agenda, and you know you're not going to comply with it, I'm not going to comply with that, I don't consent to that, and I know that logically they're going to eliminate dissenters, then the truth of that cancels my fear is that I will die for my position. Okay, so am I afraid of that then? Am I now afraid that I'm going to die for my position? Well, now I have to explore that, right? Is my position in alignment with my character and my knowing and my believing? Well, yeah. Am I willing to sacrifice any of that to avoid the death? No, I'm not. So then it becomes something which is inevitable. If I get caught up in fear of the inevitable, I cease to live. In the moment, I cease to observe and be aware of what's happening around me, and I potentially miss the target of where I need to be to make sure I don't get drug into that which I don't consent to. When I recognize all of those things, and then I recognize that I would rather die than live in that fear, I'm now free from that fear. I am prepared, I am balanced in truth, and I am able to look forward to the rest of the world and say, they don't know. They don't know. They're being driven by forces they don't understand and they don't know. And that makes everything back in love. It's just an example of how I handle fear and something I've heard said about things people are afraid of. There's so many others, though. So many others. But if we can figure out the process to free ourselves from the fear, to transition into preparedness and back into the balance of love and truth, love is truth, we're back in peace and joy. And no weapon formed against us will prosper. Just something to think about as I'm preparing to explore in great more detail and depth than I ever did before the concept of love. Thank you for your time today, y'all. I love you very much.